Okay, funny.
Okay, so this is the real thing, and you'll notice that we had to be a little creative in the way that we designed the package
Okay.
because the FDA regulations don't allow packaging both OTC medicines and supplements together.
Oh, interesting.
So otherwise we would have just put them all in the same box. But the FDA wants us to have separate boxes
Okay.
and but we can kit them together
Okay.
so that they can be used in parallel. So what we've done here is these are two separate boxes.
Yeah, the orange is one and the purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this purplish blue is our drug device box, and the orange is our supplement box.
Okay.
And the way we have kitted them together and these two boxes are completely independent. They could be sold separately. They have their
Okay.
own UPC codes. Their individual UPC codes are actually hidden between them right now. And then the kit UPC code is on the bottom as a sticker.
Okay.
So what we've done is we have put a cover card on here describing the
Okay.
entire kit. So this is a card and it has two sides.
And that
And then
gives
we shrink,
that cohesive look, right? Between the two boxes, right?
yeah. So it'll sit on the shelf like this,
Mm-hmm.
looking like a kit, and then it's shrink wrapped.
Yeah, awesome.
So I'm going to open the shrink wrapping.
Okay.
And then the sticker on the bottom is identifying the kit itself. So take off the shrink wrap and the card comes right off. So here's the card. And then on the back of the card, it has kind of information about the components of the kit and how to use the kit.
Okay.
And then we have two separate packages. We've got our drug device package with the two OTC medicines and the test strips. And then we have the supplement drink mix. And there's two test strips. There's 12 of each of the OTC medicines. And then there's four drink mixes. So two a day for 2 days. And then this is 2 days worth of medicine as well. And
Okay. And I know
you can test twice as well.
retest.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you started out on this journey, did you know that regulations were going to prevent you from putting everything in one box, or was that a new, like, I don't want to say uh-oh moment, but
It was an uh-oh
okay.
moment. I mean, I wasn't aware. I'd never tried to do that before, so I actually
Sure.
was not aware of that law.
Okay.
Fortunately, we have excellent OTC regulatory consultants, and we were going through some of our pipeline ideas, describing our excitement for creating this kit, and he explained to us that we couldn't put these all in one box, that these had to be
Okay.
totally separate, independent packages.
Yeah. Its own, you said UPC, its own nutritional facts or, drug facts, and
Drug
each.
facts, supplement
Yeah.
facts, instructions for use, all of it.
So was that an easy pivot then to just think, all right, so here's what we're gonna do, take these two boxes, shrink them, create a card, or did that
Well, I
take
mean,
some finagling?
we had to come up with the idea of using a cover card and shrink wrap
Yeah. Yeah.
to make it work, because we didn't want it to be confusing or cumbersome.
Yes. Would you say there's other products like that on the market that combine the two that you've seen, or it's pretty unique?
We haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that was one challenge, I'm assuming, right? Is kind of having to pivot what you were gonna do packaging wise. Anything else emerge in the process of creating this?
Yeah, the other thing that came out is it was too large at first.
Okay.
And, you know, it's not just Walmart that's our customer, but also, we specialize in selling to convenience stores.
Okay.
We think convenience stores are a very important place for urgent healthcare products,
Mm-hmm.
urgent women's health products, and we sell our morning after pill in convenience stores. Anyway, the package was too large, so we really had to work at getting it smaller, especially the height
And do you mean
and
just to fit comfortably on the shelf or an end cap? Okay.
on the shelf.
Okay.
So they told us that it needs to be, so it was over 6 inches
Okay.
tall because of the test strips. So we had to find smaller test strips in order to get it down to
Hmm.
5 inches.
Okay. Interesting.
So we worked really hard to make this 5 inches and not any wider. So we were just very careful to configure it in a way that was acceptable size wise for Walmart and for convenience stores.
Yeah, sure.
So there's a lot of, but we also want to make it, it's complicated. There's a lot of components. We wanted it to be very easy to use. So when you open it, you have, we have these sleeves for each component.
Okay.
So the sleeves make it very clear what it is, and instructions are right on the sleeve. So each of them have that. And you can see we've got the pain reliever,
Oh, yeah.
and we've repeated the drug facts label.
Okay.
And then we've got the infection control, again with the drug facts label.
Okay.
So everything's very clear. So if you throw away this box, you still have all the information. You haven't lost any information.
Okay. Now, is that a regulatory requirement or was that just we want to make it more convenient?
No, it's not. That's not a regulatory requirement, but we wanted to
Okay.
make it really user friendly
Yeah.
and make sure that everybody had all the information. And then we also have this booklet, and the booklet opens up and gives information about each of these are the three components in the drug device carton. But
Okay.
then the other side has information about the drink mix.
Okay.
And then, here's the information about,
The doctor
um,
or
if you
provider.
need to
Yeah.
speak with the healthcare professional, there it is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
So that's the drug device box. And then the supplement box, um, we have these are the 4 drink
Oh, yeah.
mixes.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
That's very cool. How do you think the design, or how does design in general, reflect the goal or purpose? So, how important is packaging design and what kind of role does it play?
I mean, it's been so important for this product because we need to kind of show how they work together, even while we're keeping them separate
Yeah.
based on regulations.
Yeah. I know it offers that separation, but it's very cohesive looking. So that's, the design can really help do that, right? Kind
Yeah.
of while it's separate, it's still very much so a kit. So that's definitely a plus with the packaging. So where did the idea of the not the idea, where did packaging, I guess, come into product development? I hear a lot about from companies that if you don't think about the packaging until the end, that's a huge problem. And especially thinking about you guys with, the height, having to find a new test strip, potentially a partner.
Yeah.
So would you say packaging was really like at the forefront of the creation of the kit?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
really was. I mean, we spent a lot of time on packaging right up front. our other product, our morning after pill, we thought a lot about the packaging. The packaging really needs to speak to the person on the shelf.
Yeah.
And, we're not there to sell our product. So our packaging needs to sell it on the shelf. And then it needs to be really helpful once you get it home and open the package.